My name is Anne Hutchinson, and I'm here to tell you about the story of my life. My name is Anne Hutchinson. I'm a Puritan spiritual advisor and religious reformer. I live 52 years. I was born on July 1591 in Alford, United Kingdom. And in 1634, my parents decided to immigrate to Massachusetts Bay Colony from England. The American dream, like you all say. They wanted to start better lives. I worked as a midwife, as a nurse, and I even hosted Bible study classes that met at my house. I was raised in an atmosphere of learning, education, and I was taught to question authority. My father instilled me with independent thinking, and my mother, Bridget, taught me about herbal medicine. In 1612, I married William Hutchinson, a merchant. I see myself as an outspoken woman. I believe that people's relationship with God did not need guidance from a minister. However, most Puritan leaders, they did not agree with me. They did not see that me, a woman, was capable or strong enough to be a religious leader. And they punished me. They put me on trial for many days, and later they forced me out of the colony altogether. Despite all the battles, I never gave up. I gathered a group of lowers, as some people might say, and we founded our own colony, which later became part of the Rhode Island colony. I hope that all that I have fought for has taught women to gain more courage, be independent, and speak their mind, and not care what anyone has to say about their ideas or opinions. I hope that women gain the freedom that they need and that they deserve over time. And I hope that I become a symbol for the struggle for religious freedom. Thank you. You had Anne Hutchinson. Bye. The Late 1400 show with Anne Smith. I am your hostess, Anne Smith, and today we have a guest that you all have been waiting for. Welcome, Mr. Christopher Columbus. Well, you've had an amazing year. You found the new world.
Well, I have worked hard to be here, and I've blessed the world with a new piece of land.
Now tell us a little about yourself, Christopher Columbus.
My name is Christopher Columbus. I'm an explorer and navigator from Genoa, Italy, and my biggest accomplishment is that I found the new world.
Amazing. Now, we actually know that your name isn't Christopher Columbus. What is the meaning behind your name?
My real name is Cristobal Colin, and I chose the Latin names Christopher and Columbus as back translations from my original name.
That's so interesting. I never knew that before. Now, we know that you were actually looking for a sea road to Asia when you first planned your journey, not the New World?
Yes, I actually thought I could reach Asia by sailing west across the Atlantic Ocean.
While you guys have had Christopher Columbus, we have a commercial break and we'll be back. Stay tuned! Stop! Commercial break! Are you having a hot day? Have yourself some Pepsi. It satisfies the thirsty and helps the weary for 2 cents only. Yay! We are back from the commercial break with Christopher Columbus, still with us live. And Christopher Columbus, tell us, what are some of the problems that you faced while planning your journey to the New World?
I'm a very educated Western. In fact, I knew that the Earth's shape was round. However, my plans had many errors. First off, I thought the Earth was much smaller than it is, and I also thought Asia extended farther east, and therefore the lands I thought were closer to Europe.
Wow! Well, we know that King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella took several years to be convinced with their ideas and to pay for the expedition?
Yes, I asked King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain to pay for an expedition across the Atlantic, and I promised them great riches, new territory, and Catholic converts, and to claim for Spain any lands I explored. However, it took me many years to convince the King and Queen, and I never gave up, and I'm glad I didn't.
What is the most challenging experience you had while trying to sail to the New World?
We made our first stop in the Canary Islands, and then on September 6th we resumed our journey, but to our surprise we passed the limits of my maps and we sailed into uncharted seas. We stayed like this for more than a month, and my crew started to grow restless.
Wow. Well, what is one secret about your voyage that no one knows about?
For a month we sailed into uncharted seas, and to keep my crew moving, I promised a reward to him who first sent out that he saw land. And actually on October 12, 1492, I looked out, cried, land, land, and ended our long journey.
Well, I'm glad that your journey went the way that you wanted. Who did you first meet when you landed in the Bahamas?
We first landed on an island in the Bahamas. I later called it San Salvador. And we visited another island called Hispaniola. And there we met a group of native people called the Taino, who lived in small farming communities. They were so generous that no one would believe it who has not seen it, but we were only interested in their gold.
Well, I would love to see the Taino people. And lastly, tell us, did you return back to the Americas after your first journey?
Of course, I actually made 3 more journeys to the Americas.
Amazing. For the next part of our show, we have a game called Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts. But first, we have a commercial break and we'll be back. Stop! Commercial break. Primus California chewing gum, sweetest thing on earth. 2 cents only, now in stores. We are back from the commercial break and with our game called Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts. In this game, basically, you have the right to either answer a question or fill your guts, which means that you have to eat one of these disgusting foods. Well, we have piglet with camel, and we have salsa with mustard. We have raw coffee grains. Ew, and we have cake with soy sauce and milk. Well, you have the right to either answer one of these questions that I'm gonna ask you or fill your guts. Now let's get started.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay, well first, do you think King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain are greedy? You don't want to answer?
No.
Okay, then you eat, you fill your gut. Well, you're gonna try the raw coffee grain. A whole spoonful. Ew.
$2,000 years later.
Is it good? Really? Okay, on to our next question. Do you think Leif Erikson found the Americas first or did you find it first?
No, I found it first, of course.
But Leif Erikson found it in the 100s, but you found it in the late 1400s.
But because of me, people now are living and moving into the new world.
Fine, fine. We'll keep that discussion for later. Now, tell us, what good or bad habits do you have?
I have a good habit to explore and challenge myself to new things. Even though I didn't quite find what I was looking for on my first expedition, I didn't give up.
Okay, amazing. Next question. What have you learned from your mistakes?
I've learned that I need to take precautions. On one occasion, on one of my ships sank because it had rotten out.
Okay, and now for our final question in this show. Do you think your voyages had a good or a bad impact on the world?
Other than the line of demarcation conflict and the Columbian exchange, I think my voyages had a good impact on the Europeans because it changed the way they thought of the world and their place in it, and it also began a new era of interaction between Europe and the Americas. The Europeans basically began to think big and began to start new and better lives in Americas because of my findings. Not brag, but I basically changed the world.
Amazing. Well, I was honored to have you today, Christopher Columbus, and see you guys next week on a new show with the late 1400 show with Ashley. Mr. Owen.
Well,
Welcome, Mr. Christopher Columbus. Well, you have had an amazing year.
well, you know, I've worked hard for to be here.
To be here.
And I have blessed England with a new piece of land.
The word.
ازاي؟
يلا.
مع كم ظل وتكييف
حلوة؟
هي عادية. والله من كم غير مفزعين اقسم بالله. انا بقول
بتسيح.
ايوه هتسيح عقبال ما تسيح بالله. ايوه بقى مش هكمل مش هكمل مش هكمل
صعبة صعبة.
مش هكمل والله ما هكمل.
عجبتك انت؟
افتح بقي.
ايوه قرف. I will make it amazing. Welcome to the late 1400. Welcome to the late 1400 show with Ashraf. جماعة تعالوا نشوف صوتي وهو بيحكي معاهم. What we do for projects.